What's up, chat? I got my light on and my window open, so I'm lit. I'm lit today. Oh, got my little sweater here, too. I'm lit, chat. Talk to me. Talk to me, chat. Talk to me. It's cold in here, too, dog. It's so cold, bro. I'm gonna freeze, but I'm here. I'm here, though. And the bar is getting poorer. Just looking at the channel here real quick, boys. All right, we're good. I'm good on that. The natural light's not too bad. I actually really like it, so that's actually good. People texting me. That's actually super funny. Let me share the live. Guys, what's up, chat? I was not able to stream the last 2 nights, so we're going to stream twice today. So that's also really fun. There we go. So I am live right now, so that is good. It's a Friday, so I'm good right now. Let me see. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Living la vida. I have a Tootsie Roll as well. Very calm, chill day so far for me. So everything's pretty smooth. Put that a little bit further down here. There we go. Yeah. That should be good right there. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, now we're golden. We're golden, boys. We're golden. We're good, chat. Where's my Tootsie Roll? What's up, everybody? What's up? So I want to talk about some things here. That I think are quite prevalent. No, Tootsie Roll is so good. No, let me pull up the screen here. There we go. I think you guys can see this now, but where am I? There I am. So let me do this. Whoopsie. There we go. There I am. So here we go. We're here. I think you guys can see this now, but where am I? There I am. So let me do this. Whoopsie. There we go. There I am. All right, we're good. We're golden, chat. I just had to make sure we're all good in the chat. All right. So here we are. So today we have a game. College football playoffs happening tonight, December 19th at 8 p.m. on ABC. It is Oklahoma taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama has to go on the road to Oklahoma to play Oklahoma. There you go. I don't keep up with college football much, right? But both of these guys were really good in their respective conferences, especially in the SEC. Well, Arkansas was 2-10 overall. Trash. Let me see. So you got Georgia, right? I don't know if you guys can see that, but you guys can't. Okay, let me move my thing. There you go. Now you guys can see it. So we have Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Alabama. Oklahoma's there as well. 10-2 overall. Really good. Play some good comp. 6-2 in the conference. So these two teams are pretty much the exact same, kinda. They might just play a little bit differently. I haven't heard much about Oklahoma and what they're doing this year, but I heard they got a good, decent quarterback, John Mateer, I think is the quarterback, and who's the quarterback for Ty Simpson for Alabama. So I'm gonna be watching this game. I'm gonna be dissecting it. I'm gonna be having a good time on stream later tonight, so that's gonna be fun. Right. So it should be good. I think Oklahoma could win, even though I don't really keep up with the sport like that. I do think Oklahoma has the ability to win, just like Alabama does. So I really have no commentary for the before. I will have commentary for the after. So it's going to be interesting to watch this game. And then let me go over here. Let me big screen myself again. There we go. I'm big screened again. I'm big screened. No UFC, guys. No UFC. UFC analyst. Alex Pereira not fighting at the White House is discouraging. Yeah, a little bit, right? Alex Pereira thinks John Jones versus Alex Pereira is a good fight to make. Okay. Sure. Like, he could fight anybody else, right? Like, I don't know. John Jones doesn't fucking deserve the White House spot. He doesn't deserve that, Daniel Cormier. He just doesn't, right? And, like, I understand. I don't know why I have these headphones on. Look, I understand, like, making the biggest fights happen and, doing these things and trying to elevate the sport in terms of this, but we have to understand the democracy as well of the, what do you call it? UFC. My bro just had a big fart right there. Holy God. It feels like I woke up just now, but I did not wake up just now. So, not too good. Ooh. Woo! Man. Last couple days I've been working late. So nothing too crazy, but I am a tired boy. I do like sleeping. I do enjoy my sleep and my Z's. So nothing too crazy. So, woo! Living la vida, no one is. Oh man, we got to talk about the game yesterday. The NFL game that happened yesterday, dude. The Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. This game was fucking so interesting to watch. It was so interesting. We have to talk about this. And if anybody's in the chat, you guys want to chime in, guys want to drop any comments or anything you want me to talk about, it could be sports related. It could be anything related, really. I'll talk about it with you guys, give my opinion on that. But let's talk about this game right here. This fucking game was crazy. Right? Because you look at the score and you're like, oh shit, Seattle came back. But you realize they pretty much scored all their points in the fourth quarter in OT. So it was one of those games where the LA Rams were cooking. They were dominating, right? They were once up, 23-7, 23-14. And then they were up 30-14 at one point in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, Seattle comes marching back. And you look at the stats here, right? For Matthew Stafford, right? 450 passing yards is fucking insane. 49 passes thrown, 3 touchdowns. Sam Darnold did not play well in the first 3.5 quarters. But then that fucking fourth quarter, man. The Seattle defense was getting stop after stop after stop, and that's what led the Seattle Seahawks to be able to come back in this game, right? The 2 touchdown passes were in the fourth quarter and overtime for Sam Darnold. And he was fucking crazy. Hello from Brooklyn. Hello. I am also in Brooklyn. Hello. Are you a pen pal? Jessica K. Are you a pen pal? What's up? Wagwan dog. Wagwan. But man, watching this game, the second half, realistically, if you watch from the third quarter on, you get a real good gist of this game. You get a real good gist, right? You understand what happened to this game. You really understand it all. LOL, yes I am. You are my pen pal. Send me money. I want money. Send me money. But the Rams were dominating this game. Real easy. All it took was for Seattle to come back was 3 3-and-outs by the Rams offense. That's all it took. It only took 3 3-and-outs. And what was interesting, it was because the punt return by Rashid Shaheed made it, I think they made it 22. They made it 22-30, so that was awesome. And I was just sitting here last week talking about how the Seattle Seahawks might be a touch overrated. Because since their defense is so good, their offense, man, sometimes just looks really inept. And that's why I'm kind of concerned when we get to facing these really good teams who aren't really going to let up on offense at all. So when you are a good defensive team and your defense is relied on heavily to win games, your defense gets tired sometimes. Your defense gives up points sometimes, right? Your defense is supposed to bend but don't break most of the time, but sometimes they break. So the offense has to always be able to continuously score. And in this game, Seattle just wasn't able to do that effectively, right? Sam Darnold threw 2 picks in the third quarter. Throughout from the first to the third quarter, have 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, right? He was playing awful, right? And then fourth quarter, hits him with it, right? I think third and fourth quarter, I believe. No, I think fourth quarter. I believe he had 2 OT he had a touchdown, and fourth quarter he had a touchdown. Yes. So fourth quarter and overtime, 2 touchdowns. He looked really good, making on-time throws to Jackson Smith and Jigba, getting him involved in the second half, which was very important. That's one of the reasons why their offense hums. It's because Jackson Smith and Jigba is such a good wide receiver. And Sam Darnold came up clutch when he really needed to. He did not need to heavily rely on his passing, clearly. Matthew Stafford almost doubling him, or plus 200 in yards passing, because the running game was working really well. The running game was clicking. He was making precise, accurate throws later in the game in that fourth quarter in the OT. He was making great throws. And just clutch, right? When the Seattle defense needed to come up clutch and stop the Rams from scoring, they did. Right? They gave up, right? Once the fourth quarter hit, they scored that touchdown. It was 30-14. And the commentators are sitting here talking about, oh, what are the Seattle Seahawks going to have to fix in order to, play well next week, right? They're talking about playing well next week. We're not talking about just winning this game, right? So that just goes to show you the level of which the Rams were dominating before the fourth quarter hit, really. The Rams look good. Offense hummed, looked good. Running the ball was a bit scarce, a little bit, just a touch, but they were running the ball with decent efficiency, just not as efficient as the Seattle Seahawks were. And Puka Nacua, even with all the controversy about the hand gesture that he did on Ada Ross's stream and all that, he still showed up and had 12 catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? He's one of the premier receivers in the game. He's fantastic. And the defense of the Rams was playing very good ball, but that defense is also, prone to give up points sometimes. It is a defense in the NFL after all. If you're constantly forcing the defense to have to play for long periods of time without getting a break in between those long periods of time, you're going to see some struggles, right? And on offense, I think it's easier to find like a groove on offense or find momentum on offense as opposed to defense, because you're shutting down momentum. You're not physically getting momentum yourself, I guess. Only in like specific like second, third downs, maybe we could find some momentum there. But Seattle, they fucking impressed me. They really did impress me. You know what I mean? It was shocking. I want to see the percentages they had to win this game. Like, look at this. The Rams, man, they had high probabilities the entire game, even in overtime, because they did score, right? At one point, it was in Seattle's favor, 56%. But besides that, right, at one point, this game, it was tie in probability, right? And then the Rams go up and then they score. But then Seattle comes in, they get a touchdown, and pretty much win the game. Off of that, they get the 2-point conversion too. So this game, pretty much the entire time, was the Rams dominating. Like, from the second quarter on, it was all Rams in probability, pretty much. Besides, outside of this one little drop where Seattle scored right there in the beginning of the third. But then the Rams quickly get a field goal, score again, and then score once again in the early fourth quarter. So, second half, pretty much dominant. I don't want Discord right now. Almost opened up Discord. Almost fucking threw my chair. So that was good. But yeah, it was very good play by Seattle. I enjoyed watching this game. Even with 3 turnovers, even with less first downs, they were still able to get it done. They were. And less time of possession. They were able to get it done. So shout out to the Seahawks. I'm still worried about them in come playoff time. If Sam Darnold, he can't, get it all together, and if a team is able to shut them down throughout the entire game, then it's going to be very tough for the Seahawks to, go far in the playoffs, in my opinion. But when it comes to them being able to, rise to the occasion, this gave me a good amount of confidence in them, that maybe they can rise to the occasion. But we'll see their playoff matchup, right? Because they're either the 1 seed or they're either the 5th seed. So they could be on the road in a road playoff game, or they could be in a home playoff game. So that just goes to show you the magnitude that this game was presented at, right? This game was fucking it's for the number 1 seed. These two teams, these are juggernaut teams in the NFC. These two teams probably, in an idealistic world, are most likely to be in the NFC Championship, right? 2 teams from the same division. So, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting to see how this plays out. And, let's play our favorite game. What is their schedule? Excuse me. Because I was looking at, some of these games from the Seattle Seahawks, and I'm like, okay, they've played close with some of these teams. So it was I kind of took it upon myself to have the opinion of, are they as good as they think and we think they are, right? So I tried to make that distinction, but sometimes you just struggle throughout the year. Not all teams are going to go 17-0. So that might have been on me to talk about the schedule a little bit too much, but they did lose to the Rams, close game. But they do have some dominant wins where their offense just fucking hums the entire time. But I am still a touch concerned if that offense, if it shows up, if the offense shows up, they have such a higher likelihood of winning these games rather than just being at it closer to like a 45-55. You know what I mean? So if Sam Darnold can kill the narrative of that, I am more than a guy who chokes in playoffs and is able to come up clutch. Because last year, when they were in Minnesota, when he was in Minnesota and they played the Rams, they got fucking spanked, shellacked. The O-line gave up 8 sacks or something. It was something ridiculous, right? And the offense of Minnesota, who was fucking beautiful all year, just like the Seattle offense all year, hums, and they look really good. But will this be the same thing, and can it be, a similar situation or a similar narrative that we can have, if the Seattle Seahawks don't perform up to the standard that we're expecting them to? Because now they're a really good team, and now we're holding them to the expectation of a really good team. So any little mistake that they do, it could come back to bite them in the ass, right? So I think that the expectation's there for Sam Darnold now. You played well last year, and you've played well this year. We have to show up. We have to, because now we're evaluating you like a top 10 QB. Before, you could slide under the radar with expectations and stuff like that, but now we're expecting you to be that every single week. And if your team does lose, it shouldn't be because of you. You know what I mean? That's the expectations that people are gonna have on Sam Darnold now. So we'll see. We'll see what that comes to fruition. And the Rams, man. Let's talk about them real quick. Los Angeles Rams, man. Their offense hums, and they've won some fucking big games against some really good teams. Beat the Colts early this year. Beat the Lions recently. Beat the Seahawks. Beat the 49ers. Beat the Jags, who are a really good team. But they also have some losses that are lost to the Panthers. The fuck's going on? You know what I mean? This loss to the 49ers, tough division. So I'm not really going to judge them for that. And they also, mollywopped them the second time. So I'm not really going to put much stock into that. So there's that. They play the Falcons and then the Cardinals next. So these should be 2 wins guaranteed for them. So they'll probably end the year, if everything goes well, 13-4. So if they really want this division, they're going to have Seattle lose one of these games. Gotta have it, right? Which they play the Panthers and then the 49ers. So the Panthers, they have the opportunity to do the funniest thing, right? Which is, essentially they got to win out, and they have to do it in dominant fashion. They cannot lose another game, because I think the Rams, if they're the same record, I think the Rams would still be first seed. I don't know how exactly that would work, because they did split one of these games. So yeah. So it will be interesting. And we got some other big games. We got a couple Saturday games here that I'm going to be going live for. The one on Saturday, I might have to, this later one, the Bears and the Packers, I might have to pack it up a little early because I have other obligations. But besides that, we're going live twice tomorrow as well. So, or we might just do one continuous live. That might be the play. That might be a very strong play, actually. So, I'll think about it. I'll talk about it with my guys, and we'll see what we could do for that, because the rest of these games, a little bit of hot booty cheeks. Bills playing, honestly, these games are just for who's going to be the upset spoiler. The biggest game really is Tampa versus Carolina. That's the biggest game, and also Jacksonville versus Denver. Those are the biggest games, right? And also Pittsburgh and Denver. And also New England and fucking Baltimore. Hold on, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 games. 4 games that are really massive. This game's also fucking massive. So 5 games that are really massive, and have real high playoff implications involved in them. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to watch, an interesting thing to see. So I'm not too mad about it. Not too mad about it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. So there we go. That's the NFL talk with Lewis. There you go. There you go, boys and girls. There you go. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out. Hey, bring them out. Bring them out. There we go. So that was good. It's a good. That's a good. It's a good talk. It's good talking to. It's good talking to about it. It's good talking to. It's good. So if anybody's in chat, talk to me. I'm here to talk about whatever, anything, and everything under the sun. Do we have any other news in fantasy basketball? I am cooking. Yeah, I'm cooking in fantasy basketball, so that's really good. Do we have any other fight announcements? That's a great question. What the fuck did I just see on my page? Did I just see an advertisement on ESPN fantasy basketball, like one of those weird ones? Ew. Get that out of here, dude. What kind of thing was that? Yo, these weird pop-up ads, like on like the bottom of where you see your own team and the player highlights from your team. That was fucking disgusting and weird. What the fuck was that? That was crazy. What the fuck? That was interesting. But no UFC still, guys. No UFC. An advertisement for what? It was like a chat site. That's what the advertisement was for. It's for like a chat site. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm on the ESPN app. Like, what the fuck? Like, you would think that they would police their fucking thing a bit more. Like, I get Inside the NBA, CFP, Booyah, New York versus Atlanta, Old Miss, right? I'm getting normal ads now. Before, like, I got a fucking ad about a fucking game. Like a fucking pour your drink in the fucking cup game. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Oh, we got 6 people in the chat. Hold on, chat. Yo, some people type in chat, guys. Let's type. Let's get in here. Ask me some UFC questions. Ask me some NBA questions, some NFL questions. If you got anything, talk to me. I am here. I'm here as a talking head. I'll be like Colin Coward, or like a what's the guy from? I'll be a Michael K or something. I don't know. You know, I'll be that guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, but that was such a weird advertisement. It was so weird. I'm like, what the fuck? But then it went away real quick, and I haven't gotten that since. So might have been a trip in their system. You know what I mean? Maybe that. I don't know. So that's interesting. So I am going to be live today. Again later. Probably like around 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, probably going to be live. So, Jess, Daniel, if you guys want to join, you can join. My voice just cracked. I don't know why I sounded like I'm crying there. What the fuck? My voice just cracked. The voice crack, hey, yo. So yeah, this is gonna be a real good day, real fun day of streaming. I couldn't stream the last 2 days, so next week I'm gonna be real fucking consistent, real consistent. I'm streaming every day next week, at least for 30 minutes, at least. Have to stream, have to be streaming, and then Friday I'll stream again, and then I'll stream again, and then for the for the other things. Let me actually do something real quick skis. Oh, that's just fantastic. Isn't that great? All right. Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum. You know, and then we're gonna have the, what do you call it? The fight companions Saturday. We're gonna have fight companions Saturday. For UFC, every time there's a UFC event, I will be here. I'm going to make a conscious effort to be here every single time. And then that would be real good fun. You know what I mean? Nice content. Get to talk to chat. People coming in and out, asking me questions about UFC. So that'll be really fun. And I get to watch on Paramount Plus. Hey, clog it. Come on now, clog it. So that'll be really fun. I have a lot of good plans for the new year. I'm going to go through archives and make some compilation videos with some of our takes from previous years, about a year ago to about, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it a lot. I'm planning on it, writing it down. I've noticed that whenever, like, becoming an adult now, I write shit down. Yo, I love writing shit down. Writing shit down is so much fun. I love writing shit down. So I'm going to write it down. It's going to be written on paper. So all these plans, you guys are going to know about them. And, we're going to make it known. We're going to put these on things, and we're going to make videos about what we're going to do for next year. And we're going to try to make it happen as best as we can. We're going to try to grow the channel as best as we can. Still talk about our content and, make things fun. Doing some lists, some other things during downtime of NFL season, NBA seasons. UFC is going to be always on Saturdays, so I'll always have something to talk about on a Saturday, and it'll be fun to talk about that more and be watching as well. So that's going to be very fun. Make my clips, make my shorts about it, my longer form videos about it. So that'll be really fun. So I'm very excited. So my chair break? What the fuck? So I am going to be live a little bit later. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make a little thumbnail about it, going live for the CFP. I don't really keep up with fucking CFP. I also cut myself right on my hand. Yeah, a little cut right there. Just a little tough ski. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. How did I get it? I walked past the door, and you know how some doors have that little push bar to exit? The door was already open, so then as I'm going down, I went down probably really quick, and you know what I mean? So that's gonna be a fun time, with this cut. And it also sucks because I can't fucking put a Band-Aid on this shit. Can't. Like, it's such at a weird angle that you can't even. What am I supposed to do with this? Like what am I? You know what I mean? And I had a glove on when this happened, so it's like the glove didn't even save me from imminent doom. So that's interesting. Had a good breakfast too. I'm lit right now, y'all. I'm lit. Got a lot of other things to take care of today, so before I go live streaming at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight, guys. 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. If you are in the chat, 8 p.m. tonight, I will be live. I will probably be live a bit before that. I will be live 8 p.m. tonight. So if you guys are in the chat right now, 8 p.m. tonight. Have your calendars open. That's what, 6 hours from now, 8 p.m. tonight. I got some things I'm gonna get done. 8 p.m. tonight. I'm gonna go live tomorrow as well for those games. I have to run a few errands in the morning tomorrow, so that should be easy. But then we'll get that done. So, yeah. How is Ilya Taporia doing? This is our annual Ilya Taporia. What do you call it? This is our annual Ilya Taporia thing. They're calling Ilya Taporia to be stripped of his belt. 8 p.m. Eastern, must mention time zone. 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern. Eastern time zone is the only time zone I care about. Because we're the best time zone. Okay? Why are you doing shit at 5:15 or 5? People are still at work. Goobers. You know what I mean? East Coast, Best Coast. You know what I mean? West Coast, Worst Coast. Haha. Patty Pimlin. No one thinks I could be Ilya. I want to prove to everybody. Ilya Taporia is going through a fucking divorce right now. So he won't be back for a while. His divorce is going to get a little bit fucking messy. There's alleged domestic violence in there. You know, everything is also all alleged in this. So he will be stepping away because he wants custody of his children. Or child, I think. And everything else. So he's only 28, man. And he's such a good fighter too, dude. And he has to deal with some of these things like this, damn. It's interesting. People are saying that he should be stripped of his UFC title. What? I don't get it why people are saying he should be stripped of his title. That's a dumb thing. Okay, so what he's saying is basically like it has to be like a medical reason why you can't fight. So I mean that's an interesting POV. But if he's made it known to the UFC that this is going on and this is why he's stepping away and he gave valid reason for it, then it's the UFC's job. It's the UFC's job to honor that, right? And if they gave him his word, they're going to honor it. So he's not going to be stripped of it. He's just going to be taking a leave of absence. That's why they have the interim title for a reason. So I don't think they're going to have 2 title fights of lightweight before Ilya comes back. I think he's going to be able to get all this done before maybe the middle of the year. So we'll probably see him back maybe for the White House card, maybe a little bit after that, but he will be back this year. I don't like that people are like making it seem like his reason is like why, like, no, strip him, like, I don't get it. Like, people are weird. Because if it was them in their shoes, I don't think they would want to be stripped either. Like, why would he just give up his title? Stupid nerds. So, and I know it's Chael Sonnen saying it, but still, like, it's a bit nerdy. So just be quiet, deal with it, bro. You know, that's my thing about the whole take. You know, the divorce is one thing, and you know, getting custody of his child is another thing, but it's you know, we'll see. We won't see him for a bit, so the lightweight division is gonna have to move on with Patty Pimblett and Justin Gaethje and Arman and all that. I think if we get a second fight for the interim title belt, then it's a fucking problem. But I don't think that, you know, it's such a big issue for Ilya Taporia, like, that he needs to strip his title. Like, I like how also he gave the UFC notice for it. So if the UFC honored that, and then they're not gonna strip him. So everybody's talking into like a void about this shit. So, um, you know, because he's knocked out like what, three of the some of the greatest fighters in the world ever. In a row. Like, he's lightweight champion. He's fantastic. Um, he hasn't had a defense at lightweight, which kind of sucks. Has he? No, he beat Max at featherweight. So then he fought Charles for the belt at lightweight. Okay, there we go. Because he could have fought Armin. No, Makachev could have fought Armin, but then Moicano stepped in, and then Makachev moved up to 170. So that's why Tapuria moved up, because Makachev moved up too. So, but I think Tapuria was gonna move up anyway because the weight cut was hard. So he probably would have moved up anyway to 155 and face Makachev. So we probably would have already saw that fight, to be honest, if Makachev stayed at 155. Because if he went to 170 after losing to Ilya Taporia in this hypothetical, he still would have gotten the title shot immediately at welterweight. So, you know, because he's that guy. You give the lightweight goat a fucking shot. You know what I mean? So yeah, 2:00, 2:01 here. That's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna go live stream again at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm gonna get some things done within those 6 hours, and I will see you guys later. Join the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna be streaming every single day next week. Every single day next week. Gonna make that known. Going to be putting some clips together for end of the year, and seeing what we could do. We got 7 people in the chat right now. Yo, what's up, everybody? Talk to me if you guys got any questions in chat. You guys can let me know. Talk to me, and you know, we can see what's up. You guys can talk to me about anything, really. I am open book. Well, I'm not actually open book. I'm not telling you my fucking deepest, darkest secrets. That's the dumbest shit ever. So, but yeah, love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And you guys can watch the stream back. This will be live, put up on the channel. So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, I will be live for college football. We'll be watching it, doing a little commentary on that game, talking about other things that may be happening in the sport or other sports as well. So I'll see you guys then. Take it easy. Peace.